Hey, what's up out there, everybody? Thank you guys, as always, for stopping by the channel. I hope you're all fantastic today. This is my review of What Lies Below. It's a dramatic thriller coming to on-demand and digital on December 4th. It stars Mena Suvari, Ema Horvath, and Trey Tucker. The trailers look to give this one the potential of being a tense, mystery-filled thriller. So let's get into the good, the not-so-good, and everything in between to see if this one does succeed in delivering a suspenseful adventure. For the most part, this story is seemingly straightforward. You have a 16-year-old girl named Liberty who returns home to her mother from camp. Her father has passed away a year or two ago. Things between them have been a little bit difficult when she finds out her mother has this hunky new boyfriend, one she plans to marry who is far too perfect. Things only seem to get worse, and the strain between mother and daughter grows as Liberty fears this new man in her mom's life isn't at all who he seems to be. Overall, I did enjoy this movie, so let's get into the positives. I think the plotline was very interesting. It was able to build intrigue and curiosity as to what was going to happen. We meet this teenage girl and her mother. It does feel like a normal family dynamic that just a couple of years back had lost a husband and a father. Things are a little bit tense between them, but they are trying to work on a new normal, and Suvari and Horvath captured it all with a very unassuming authenticity. I think there was just a natural appeal to these characters, and I think it was due to their chemistry with one another, but then this new boyfriend comes into play, and from there, nothing in this story really is as it seems. These little awkward and weird moments begin to happen that play nicely on this larger mystery going on behind everything, and it was more than enough to have me curious to see where things in this story and these characters were gonna go. This dude, from all appearances, is a normal guy. He's super hunky, he's extremely symmetrical, but still just a common guy. But then there are these frequent moments where he will do or say something that will just shatter your notions about who he really is and what he's portraying himself as. And I thought it was a fun element to the film. It continually elevates the mystery and the tension between the characters, and I felt it was all able to keep the pace moving along nicely. I enjoyed the performances and think they were pretty solid as well. I think for the needs of this collection of characters, that Suvari, Horvath, and Tucker all were able to deliver the range of emotions and levels of intensity needed to create players in this story that you can invest in. I also feel the direction and cinematography were nicely crafted overall as well. I enjoyed the use of shadows and just the energy that came from the use of colors here, and I think it really complements the subject matter of the story perfectly. Now for some of the drawbacks, I don't really want to jump into a bunch of spoilers at all, but the final act, for me at least, got a little bit too theatrical. I honestly think a bit of mystery would have paired nicely with closing this story out. There's a bit too much finality in the closing here that sort of made the unique story leading up to it feel a little bit wasted. I think the plot really thrived in the mystery, and it created a unique atmosphere with interesting character dynamics that played off each other nicely throughout the story. But for me at least, how this movie closes itself out kind of makes the entire project feel a little too familiar to others in the genre. I just think it tried to do a little too much in the closing act to build intensity, and instead it felt like a late attempt to turn this into a horror flick, something that for me was a small hindrance, since I think the movie that I had watched up until this point was really using the elements of the unknown to its advantage. Regardless of that though, in the end, I still thought it was a solid straight-to-video thriller. I enjoyed it. What Lies Below is going to get 75% on the meter. It really keeps a quick pace. It builds an effective, ominous mood while watching that I think really can lure you in. The performances were pretty solid as well, and they fill out the characters nicely. So I think if this trailer and this premise are interesting for you, then this movie is certainly worth giving a chance. Now for today's My Silver Screen recommendations, I have a few other movies that are similar to this one for you guys, at least in theme. First is a fun one from the 90s starring Natasha Henstridge called Species. Next up would be a great film that I think is criminally undermentioned. That would be 1987's The Hidden, starring Kyle MacLachlan. And finally, I selected The Faculty from 1998. It's a fun movie with a charming ensemble cast that delivers some suspenseful enjoyment as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to talk movies with you guys. Share it with your friends, and without question, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can never miss a video. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. All my social media links and the link to our official website are down in the description below, and I'll catch you next time.